my name is Katie Mall, and I'm a student at Washington State University. Today I'll be talking about recycling. Do you recycle your plastic bottles, or do you just throw them away? Here's a photo of the number of plastic bottles thrown away every minute. The EPA estimates that 75% of what we throw away is recyclable, but we only recycle 30% of that. You most likely have recycled before, or you recycle regularly. I have recycled my whole life and have been researching about recycling for the past week. Recycling plastic bottles or any type of recycling is good because it will reduce garbage and lead to a cleaner planet. Here's a video about how much of the water bottles we discard every day. Today I will teach you more about the reason why recycling is good for society and the environment, the values and counter-values to why recycling is good, and what you can do to help. Recycling is simple, but many people still don't do it, and this causes a lot of problems. The recycling of plastic bottles is pretty simple. The plastic bottles are taken into an area and sorted by specific number that the plastic is. Then they are mulched and then made into really small pieces. After that, the pieces are then melted and made into plastic gems that can be used for more plastic bottles or other products.
In Britain, we use 15 million plastic bottles a day. Most of these can be recycled into really useful things. Here's how. Bottles are separated from other rubbish by hand or machine. The bottles are then cleaned and sorted by plastic type using infrared. They are then sorted by colour: blue, natural, green and mixed. And are shredded, melted and reformed into pellets, which can then be used to make fencing, plastic bags or more bottles.
According to junior biology major Alec George, he doesn't recycle because there isn't a recycle pickup out where he lives. He also said that he recycles at school, but only occasionally because he sometimes doesn't care. Also, according to sophomore mechanical engineering major Alexander Matson, he often recycles when he is going to school because there are many places to put plastic and other types of recycling. But mainly, people don't recycle, and that's because they don't either know where to recycle, there aren't places accessible, takes time to recycle, people are lazy, and they also don't care. Not recycling causes a huge problem for the environment, and we don't even know it. If we put plastic bottles in the trash, they could end up in streets and then be put into sewers, which lead to the ocean. An example of this is the gyre in North Pacific Ocean. It is called the garbage patch. People really don't understand the issues not recycling has on our ecosystems.
Scientists believe the world's largest garbage dump isn't on land, it's in the Pacific Ocean. Estimated to be twice the size of Texas, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch stretches from the coast of California all the way to Japan. In some places, the man-made debris is 90 feet deep. Marine biologists estimate that 90% of the 3.5 million tons of floating trash is all plastic. In some parts of the ocean, there's already 6 times more plastic than plankton, which is the food many fish rely on to survive. How did all that plastic end up in the ocean? 80% is litter from land, either dropped directly into waterways or blown by wind into rivers and streams from states as far away as Iowa. The monumental amount of plastic trash has created an ecological disaster that has cost the lives of millions of seabirds and marine mammals. When this dead albatross was cut open, its stomach was full, not of fish, but of plastic, including a cigarette lighter. And this turtle, caught in a plastic ring when it was young, managed to survive until adulthood.
The value of recycling is huge for our society and the environment. Hopefully you will understand that and maybe change your outlook on recycling. The value of recycling is so much better than any counter value because we want to save our world and not live in a place of plastic bottles, flooding the streets or our oceans. Recycling is good for the environment because it can help reduce toxic waste in landfills. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, the benefit for reducing the toxic waste is that natural resources are being saved. Reusing items or reducing the amount of material used for items would help the extraction of items being landfilled. The reason why recycling would not help reduce the waste in landfills is that there isn't enough manpower or equipment to sort through every type of plastic. Also, people don't care about the environment enough to recycle. If only a few people recycle, that will help only a small amount of the environment. There would have to be a dramatic change in order for everyone to recycle. Recycling is good for the environment because we can reduce the carbon footprint and help change climate change. According to Weidman and Minks, authors of the carbon footprint are in strong demand. There have been some discrepancies between the use of the carbon footprint in public and academic settings. The carbon footprint is what we use to determine how much carbon we are using and how it is affecting the environment. If we can do small things to lower the amount of carbon emissions, we can slowly repair our atmosphere, which means global warming can slowly disappear. The carbon footprint that I have is fairly small, but that is because I am going to school and use less transportation, unlike other people. I try to recycle every day and try to not use my car as much. We can change the planet one step at a time. According to Stan, Versta, Dusta, and Glavin, authors of Waste, Recycling, and Compost Benefits, global warming and the carbon footprint have been hot topics for a while now, and there have been thousands of people changing their lifestyles to better the environment. But thousands won't change what has already happened. There is no way we can change what we have done to our planet. The only way to really change it is if everyone was to recycle and have huge lifestyle changes. But with all the packaging for products, there's no way to do that. Also, changing your lifestyle completely can be a lot of money. A lot of people can't afford to change. If we can recycle a little bit each day, we can slowly reduce the amount of gas we use for garbage trucks, which could lower costs for landfill companies and also state costs. We need to recycle for things to change. Recycling is something that can easily be done if we just had the right materials for it. If we had more equipment for recycling plants that were hybrids, we could easily decrease the amount of fuel cost. We would be using the sort through, recycle, and also for the mulch process. There are many options that can be considered in order to change what has already been done to our planet. There are many people who think otherwise, but why give up? I believe that if we really value our environment and value our planet, we will want to change for the better and make this planet back to normal. If we can find other alternatives, we can easily reduce costs of fuel by a lot. There may be other alternatives, but that takes time and money. I am sure a majority of people think that we cannot undo what we have already done to our planet. They have given up on this planet, and a lot of people are doing the same. It is clear by the amount of water bottles are thrown away daily in the United States. There are plenty of people who will not change their ways to better our planet or our environment, and that is really sad. If there isn't a change, we can't live anywhere else, but the problem is time and money. If we want to change, we have to be patient. Now that you know each side of the recycling value of recycling, now you can help the environment by finding ways to recycle. There are plenty of ways to help the environment, and that is by recycling all of your plastics and other types of recyclable items, like aluminum, paper, and glass. Everyone should follow the EPA's reduce, reuse, and recycle method. The carbon footprint website includes information that deals with reduction. Reducing the production of packaging would help reduce the additional energy needed to create specific products. The packaging takes up more space at the landfill, and if we can reduce the packaging for specific products, we can reduce the amount of space that the packaging takes up at a landfill. A way you can help reduce packaging is to buy a product that uses less packaging and not throw it away. Reusing is very easy and can really reduce the amount of packaging that we are throwing away. Buy products that are easily usable for other things. For example, buy reusable grocery bags. You can use them anytime you go to the store. You save money and so do stores. This can also reduce the amount of plastic bags being thrown away. Also, reuse containers that you get from products you buy. You can reuse practically everything for anything. I personally like to reuse water bottles to put shampoo in for any type of vacation I go on. Containers can be used for anything. Recycle is the biggest thing you need to remember. Plastic is non-biodegradable, which means that it will never break down like other types of waste. It may get smaller, but it never disappears. Plastic can ruin an ecosystem like we have seen in previous videos. Plastic is dangerous for our environment, and if you can recycle at least once a day, you can really save the environment. Also, when recycling, you can contact your local recycling depository or local dump to find out what you can and cannot recycle. For me personally, I know that my local dump does not take styrofoam or any plastics that are in numbers above 3. If you also need any help finding a local dump to recycle, just go online and visit www.earth911.com. You can just put your zip code in and you can find any local area to recycle. I am also sure you can find out what you can and cannot recycle there. I hope you change your opinion about recycling, and hopefully you can help the environment and reduce your carbon footprint. Today, I told you about why recycling is good for society and the environment, values and countervalues, and ways you can help the environment. Now that you have thought about how recycling is helping the environment, I will show you a video about how plastic bottles are recycled and can be made into something else. Now, I challenge you to go and make a difference buy recycling, and purchase recycled products. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.